Stop right there. If you are about to dump your life savings into the US stock market in 2026, you are probably staring at two ticker symbols and scratching your head. SCHX and VOO. They look almost identical. They both promise to make you rich over the long term. And honestly, most people tell you just to flip a coin. But here's the truth they aren't telling you. There are structural differences deep inside these funds. Differences in how they handle a tech crash. Differences in how many companies they actually hold. And believe it or not, one of them might actually be the better mathematical choice for the volatility we are seeing in 2026. By the end of this video, I am going to show you exactly why that extra diversification might save your portfolio, or why sticking to the old standard might be the safest bet you ever make. I'm Tony, and welcome to Grow with Tony, the place where we strip away the Wall Street jargon to help you build real, lasting wealth. Just a quick disclaimer before we dive deep. I am an educator sharing analysis, not your personal financial advisor, so please always do your own due diligence before investing your hard-earned money. Today we are entering the ring for the heavyweight championship of ETFs. In the red corner, we have the crowd favorite, the titan of industry, VOO, and in the blue corner, the challenger that Charles Schwab users swear by, SCHX. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Tony, come on, they're both large cap funds, just pick one and move on. And if you're investing $50, sure, maybe it doesn't matter. But if you're building a portfolio of 6 or 7 figures over 20 or 30 years, the nuance matters. The structural mechanics matter. Because in 2026, we're facing a market environment that is vastly different from 10 years ago. We have AI dominance, interest rate uncertainty, and a top-heavy market that scares a lot of prudent investors. Let's cut through the noise and look at what you are actually buying, because I see so many investors get this wrong. You buy VOO, you're buying the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. You're buying the brand name. You're getting exposure to the 500 largest publicly traded companies in the United States. But it is more than just a number. The S&P 500 is a committee-managed index. There are actual humans at S&P Dow Jones indices who decide what gets in and what gets kicked out. They have strict criteria. To get into VOO, a company must be profitable. It must have positive earnings in the most recent quarter and generally positive earnings over the last year. This is a quality filter. It keeps the junk out. Now look at SCHX. This is the Schwab US Large Cap ETF. It tracks a different index entirely. It tracks the Dow Jones US Large Cap Total Stock Market Index. That sounds fancy, but here's the plain English translation. While VOO stops at 500 companies, SCHX keeps going. It holds roughly 750 companies. It doesn't have the exact same rigid profitability screen that the S&P 500 has. It is a more passive, rules-based approach designed to capture the entire large cap universe, plus a significant chunk of what we call mid-caps. So right off the bat, you have to ask yourself a question. Does owning those extra 250 companies actually matter? Does it make you safer, or are you just buying a bunch of meh companies that don't really move the needle? To answer that, we have to rip open the hood and look at the top holdings. And this is where the illusion of choice starts to kick in. If you look at the top 10 holdings of VOO, what do you see? Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Berkshire Hathaway. It is a who's who of big tech and AI dominance. These companies have become so massive that they make up a huge percentage of the fund. As of 2026, the top 10 holdings in VOO account for over 30% of the entire fund. Think about that. 30 cents of every dollar you invest is going into just 10 companies. Now flip over to SCHX. What are the top 10 holdings? Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon. It is the exact same list. In fact, the weighting, the percentage of your money going into these giants is almost identical, usually within a fraction of a percent. Because both of these funds are market cap weighted, the biggest companies eat up the most room in the pie. So even though SCHX owns 750 companies, those bottom 250 companies, the ones that VOO ignores, are so small compared to Apple or Nvidia that they barely make a dent in the daily movement of the price. If Apple sneezes, both of these ETFs catch a cold. If the AI bubble bursts in 2026, both of these funds are going to take a hit. Do not delude yourself into thinking SCHX is completely distinct from the S&P 500 just because it has a different name. But and this is a big but, there is a nuance here for the number crunchers. Because SCHX goes a little deeper, dipping its toes into what we call mid-cap territory, it is technically slightly less concentrated than VOO. It is a tiny fraction, but for some of you who are terrified of concentration risk, that fraction helps you sleep at night. Let's talk about the mid-cap effect. The companies rank 501 to 750. These are not small startups. These are multi-billion-dollar companies. They might be regional banks, specialized healthcare firms, or industrial suppliers. They are the backbone of the American economy, even if they aren't the global superstars. By holding SCHX, you're saying, I want to own the superstars, but I also want a ticket to the game for the up-and-comers. You are capturing the companies that are on their way up before they officially join the S&P 500. In VOO, you have to wait for the committee to add the stock. In SCHX, you likely already own it. That is a subtle but important distinction. Now let's talk about the silent wealth killer, fees. You cannot control what the market does. You can't control inflation. You can't control interest rates. The only thing you can control is how much you pay to invest. VOO charges an expense ratio of 0.03%. That means for every $10,000 you invest, Vanguard takes $3 a year. That is incredibly cheap. It is almost free. SCHX, it also charges 0.03%. So on cost, it is a dead tie. Neither one has the edge here. Anyone telling you to switch solely to save on fees is splitting hairs that don't exist. 20 years ago, this was a debate. In 2026, the fee war is over and we, the investors, won. However, there is another cost we need to talk about, the share price, and this matters for those of you starting with smaller amounts of money. VOO trades at a very high share price. Depending on the market, one share can cost hundreds of dollars. If your brokerage doesn't allow fractional shares, though most do in 2026, buying VOO can be clunky. You might have $50 left over in your account doing nothing. SCHX traditionally trades at a much lower share price per share. It feels more accessible. Psychologically, some people like owning 100 shares of SCHX versus 20 shares of VOO, even if the total value is the same. It's a mental trick, but if it helps you invest consistently, it's worth noting. So if the fees are the same and the top holdings are the same, surely the performance is the same, right? Well, let's look at the scoreboard. This is where we separate feelings from facts. If you pull up a chart for the last 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years and you overlay SCHX on top of VOO, you're going to see something boring. The lines are practically glued together. We are talking about a difference of maybe a few basis points. That is a fraction of a percent over a decade. The correlation between these two is nearly 1. They move together. Why? Because again, the top 50 companies drive the US economy. Whether you own the 500 first company or not doesn't change the fact that Microsoft and Apple are doing the heavy lifting. However, there is a scenario where these lines could diverge, and this is critical for your 2026 strategy. If the mega-cap tech giants trade sideways for a decade, which has happened before, but the mid-sized American companies go on a massive bull run, SCHX captures that upside slightly better than VOO. VOO cuts off that tail end. SCHX keeps it. It's a small bet on the rest of America, not just the titans. Conversely, the S&P 500's quality filter, that profitability rule I mentioned earlier, can act as a safety net. In a severe recession where junk companies go bankrupt, VOO might technically hold up slightly better because it has already filtered out the unprofitable companies, whereas SCHX might still be holding some speculative mid-caps that get crushed. So SCHX is slightly broader, which usually means safer, but VOO is slightly higher quality by definition. It's a trade-off. Let's shift gears to the scary stuff, risk. What keeps me up at night regarding 2026 isn't which fund is better, but the concentration risk in both. We are living in an era where the S&P 500 is more concentrated than it has been in decades. A huge chunk of the index is tied up in just a handful of tech names. If you buy VOO, you are accepting that risk. You are saying, I believe big tech is the future of America. If you buy SCHX, you are taking a tiny step away from that. You are diluting that concentration by a microscopic amount. It's not a hedge, really. It's more like a rigorous nod to diversification. If we hit a recession where the giants fall but the mid-sized domestic companies survive, SCHX might soften the blow by a percentage point or two. But don't treat it as insurance. It's not a bond. It's still a stock portfolio. And what about dividends? I know I have some dividend growth investors listening. Historically, the dividend yield between VOO and SCHX is neck and neck. Sometimes VOO is higher, sometimes SCHX is higher. But generally because SCHX holds more mid-cap companies, and mid-cap companies tend to reinvest their profits into growth rather than paying dividends, you might find VOO has a microscopic edge in yield. But we are talking 0.05% differences here. Do not choose your fund based on this yield difference alone. The total return price appreciation plus dividends is what matters. Now I want to talk about the ecosystem argument. This is often the deciding factor that nobody talks about on YouTube. Where do you hold your money? If you bank with Charles Schwab, SCHX is their home team player. Why does that matter? Sometimes brokerages offer automatic investing features specifically for their own funds. If you can set up SCHX to auto-invest $500 from every paycheck without lifting a finger, that feature is worth more than any performance difference. The best ETF is the one you actually buy consistently. If you are at Vanguard, obviously VOO is the native choice. If you are at Fidelity or using an app like Robinhood or M1 Finance, you are a free agent. You can pick either, but consider the liquidity. VOO is the most liquid ETF in the world. Millions of shares trade every day. The spread, the difference between the buy and sell price, is basically zero. SCHX is liquid, very liquid, but not VOO liquid. Does this matter to you? Unless you are day trading with $10 million, no. For the average buy and hold investor, both are perfectly liquid. You will never have a problem selling SCHX. So who should actually buy SCHX? If you are a total market purist, someone who believes you should own as much of the market as possible to capture every bit of capitalism, SCHX gets you closer to that goal than VOO without having to buy a totally different fund like VTI, the total stock market ETF. It's a nice middle ground. It gives you the large caps plus a slice of the mid caps. It feels more complete. Also, if you fundamentally believe that the S&P 500 committee is fallible, that maybe they are too slow to add new companies, SCHX removes that human element. It just follows the math of the Dow Jones Index. On the other hand, who should buy VOO? If you want the gold standard, if you want simplicity, if you want to be able to compare your portfolio to the news every night without doing mental gymnastics, when the news anchor says the market is up, they mean the S&P 500. If you own VOO, your portfolio is up. It's psychologically easier to track. Also, if you prefer that quality screen, if you like knowing that every company in your ETF has generated a profit recently, VOO gives you that peace of mind. We have covered the holdings, the fees, the risks, the dividends, and the ecosystems. Now it is time for the final verdict. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I see so many people sitting on cash for months, terrified of making the wrong choice. What if I pick SCHX and VOO beats it by 1%? What if I pick VOO and the tech sector crashes? Listen to me closely. The cost of indecision is higher than the difference between these two funds. If you wait a year to decide, you might miss a 10% market rally. That 10% loss is way bigger than the 0.1% difference between VOO and SCHX. Here's my rule of thumb for 2026. If you are already in the Schwab ecosystem, just buy SCHX. Keep your life simple. It's a fantastic fund. It's low cost. It's diversified. You will do great. If you are anywhere else or you just want the most famous ticker symbol in the world so you never have to explain your investment to anyone, buy VOO. It is the heavyweight champion for a reason. But ultimately, they are 95% the same product. They are both Ferraris. One is red, one is slightly darker red. They both have the same engine. They are both going to get you to the finish line of financial independence. Just get in the car and drive. The most important thing is that you are in the market, compounding your wealth for 2026 and beyond. So I want to hear from you. Which side of the fence are you on? Are you team VOO for the brand recognition, or are you team SCHX for that extra diversification? Or maybe you think I'm crazy and we should all be buying something else entirely. If you got value from this deep dive, do me a huge favor. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next wealth building session. And listen, I want to work for you. Drop a comment below. What specific ETF battle or financial topic do you want me to cover next? You ask, I deliver. But if you don't have a specific request, that's cool too. Just say hi. I'm Tony, this is Grow with Tony, and I'll see you in the next one.